I am really going to save you some money today. Hi, I'm Joe, your Dean of Scents, and if you know me, you know that I love YSL's Tuxedo. Well, today I'm going to give you the top three budget inspired versions of Tuxedo that you can afford way more easily than the wildly expensive but very popular and very great smelling YSL Tuxedo. We have three popular ones I'm going to go through today, and they all have their pros and cons, just like any other inspired by version. Most of them, though, win hands down in price. So I'm going to start with the most expensive and the one that I would probably recommend the least, and that is going to be French Avenue's Ighwa. Ighwa is in that same YSL line. It has that violet leaf, that black pepper, rose, lily of the valley, base notes of patchouli, ambergris, and bourbon vanilla. It is a great fragrance. It is the most expensive of the inspireds, and it just doesn't seem to last quite as long as some of the other ones I'm going to mention on here. So in third place, still a great fragrance. If you own it, rock it. It's great. But again, one that I probably would not recommend because there's a couple others that I like even better. Number two, this one might shock you a little bit more because this one is probably one that is talked about the most. And that again is because of the price, is Fragrance World's Suits. And this is another great one. You can tell I've used it quite a bit already. Fragrance World Suits, $19 out there. This one has probably a little bit closer of a smell to the original compared to the French Avenue. Doesn't quite last as long. Again, $19 compared to $330 for the YSL Tuxedo. Not bad, but the smell profile with a little decant that you can carry around with you throughout the day and reapply, you really can't go wrong with it. So I would say my number two would be Fragrance World's Suits. And the one that I would go with if I was to choose one that I wanted to go with until I could afford the real version of YSL Tuxedo, and that would be Maison Alhambra's Winsome. This was called the Tux for a while, and they had to change the name. But Maison Alhambra's Winsome is right there on the smell profile, even in presentation. It looks pretty darn similar to that of the original YSL. This one does last. It lasts longer than any of these that I've talked about today, and for that reason is why I put it as my number one inspired by version of Tuxedo. So if you like Tuxedo and you don't want to spend the money, I would look at one of these three. You really can't go wrong. But if I had to only choose one, I would go with Winsome by Maison Alhambra, and I think you really can't go wrong with that. If you like this video and it was helpful, please like, share, and leave me a comment. Let me know what you would like to see me review next. Let me know what is your favorite fragrance, and maybe if you're looking for an inspired by version that I could do some research on and bring back in a video. I'm Joe, your Dean of Scents. Thanks so much for joining. Have a great day. I'll see you in the next one.